If your once thriving garden is now struggling, leaves yellowing, growth stunted, or plants simply refusing to thrive, you're not alone. Many gardeners blame pests, weather, or bad seeds when the real culprit is right underfoot: poor soil health. At Hydrohaven, we believe healthy soil is the foundation of every successful garden, and if your garden is dying, it's time to dig deeper, literally and figuratively, into what's happening beneath the surface. One of the most overlooked issues in failing gardens is the collapse of the soil food web. Soil isn't just dirt, it's a living, breathing ecosystem of microbes, fungi, bacteria, earthworms, and organic matter working together. When this system is disrupted, through chemical overuse, compacted soil, poor drainage, or lack of organic material, plants are cut off from the nutrients they need. You may water and fertilize all you want, but if the biological engine of the soil isn't functioning, those efforts go to waste. Your plants can't absorb nutrients from lifeless, depleted soil. It's like pouring food onto a concrete slab and expecting roots to feast. Another major contributor to dying gardens is poor structure. Healthy soil has a loose, crumbly texture that allows air and water to move freely. But, many gardeners unknowingly destroy this structure by walking on beds, over-tilling, or letting clay-heavy soils dry and harden. Compacted soil suffocates roots, traps water in pockets, and invites rot. Without proper aeration, even the hardiest plants will wilt or become stunted, showing signs of stress that mimic other problems, leading to misdiagnosis and more failed remedies. Nutrient imbalance is a silent killer. Many soils are overloaded with certain elements while lacking others. For example, adding too much nitrogen can push leafy growth at the expense of fruits and flowers, while neglecting trace minerals like boron or magnesium causes subtle deficiencies that weaken plant immunity and productivity. Sadly, store-bought fertilizers often compound this imbalance by dumping synthetic nutrients that do nothing to build long-term soil health. Worse, these quick fixes can burn roots or destroy beneficial soil microbes, leaving the garden even more vulnerable in the next season. Another often ignored issue is the absence of organic matter. Compost, mulch, and natural inputs like worm castings or aged manure act like a buffet for soil life. Without them, microbes starve and disappear, fungal networks shrink, and worms flee to healthier ground. When organic matter is consistently added, the soil becomes a sponge, holding moisture, resisting erosion, buffering pH, and slowly releasing nutrients to plants. A garden without organic matter is like a body without food. Eventually, it breaks down. Even your watering habits may be doing more harm than good. Overwatering in dead soil creates soggy zones where roots rot due to lack of oxygen. On the flip side, underwatering in poor soil means that the little moisture you provide evaporates quickly, leaving plants parched. In both cases, the underlying issue isn't just how much water you're giving, it's how well your soil holds and shares that water with your plants. To revive a dying garden, you must focus first on the soil. Start by feeding it, not your plants. So, you'll want to incorporate rich, diverse organic materials like compost leaf mold and decomposed kitchen scraps directly into your beds. And it's really important to avoid synthetic fertilizers and pesticides that kill beneficial microbes. If your soil is compacted, try to resist the urge to dig or till heavily. Instead, layer your garden with mulch and compost, and just let worms and thyme do the work. You might also consider introducing worm castings, or even brewing compost tea to jumpstart microbial life. Add biochar or crushed eggshells to rebalance pH and mineral content gently. So here's the thing, shade your soil with cover crops or living mulches during off-seasons to protect it from sun and erosion. Remember, your garden will only rise as high as your soil is deep and alive. If your plants are crying out, it's not because they're weak, it's because their home is broken. But with the right care and attention, you can rebuild a thriving, resilient soil ecosystem that supports bountiful growth for seasons to come. If this guide helped you identify why your garden is suffering, help us grow too. Subscribe to Hydrohaven for more deep-dive gardening strategies, share this with a fellow gardener, and let's bring our soil back to life, one bed at a time.